What separates a space or outfit that looks like it cost thousands from one that actually did? It's not the price tag, it's the presentation and the finish, and a handful of decisions most people get wrong. We've ranked 10 budget upgrades, from hardware swaps and surface tricks to lighting hacks, textile layering, tailoring fixes, and honest product verdicts. Each is scored by how much perceived luxury it delivers per dollar spent. Some of these will genuinely surprise you. It all starts with number 10, a quick checklist you can run before anything hits your cart. In 10th place, the Luxury Readability Checklist offers a practical shortcut for spotting budget finds with genuine upscale potential before you buy. Start by picking up the item. Weight is the first clue. Heavier pieces, whether in clothing or decor, tend to signal denser materials and better construction, a detail that blind perception studies link directly to higher value ratings. Next, inspect the edges. Clean, crisp lines and neatly finished seams are strong predictors of a refined finish, while frayed threads or rough cuts almost always read as cheap. For anything with a pattern such as wood grain, marble veining, or printed fabric, look for natural variation rather than obvious repetition. Repeating patterns are a telltale sign of mass production and instantly lower the perceived quality. Run your fingers along the surface. A smooth, consistent texture with no sharp transitions feels more expensive, even if the item is affordable. Finally, check for doweled joints or reinforced corners on furniture, because these small details not only look better, but also allow for future upgrades like hardware swaps. By running this checklist before anything hits your cart, you create a foundation for every upgrade that follows, ensuring each piece has the potential to look far more expensive than its price tag suggests. Number 9 introduces a simple but high-impact upgrade, the hemness dresser hardware swap and edge paint hack. Start by removing the standard chrome pulls with a Phillips screwdriver. Replace them with PVD brass handles. These cost around $18 to $28 for a full set, and they instantly give the dresser a warmer, more refined look. PVD brass is not just about shine. Industry testing shows it resists scratches and tarnish better than typical plated hardware, so the finish holds up under daily use. For perfect alignment, use a hardware jig to mark new holes. This keeps the drawer fronts looking crisp and professional. Next, tackle the edges. Lightly sand any raw pine along the dresser's bottom or sides with 220 grit paper, then use an acrylic edge paint pen to seal and color the exposed wood. This step takes less than 15 minutes, but it is a game changer. The edge paint blends the finish, hides chips, and prevents future wear. The entire process can be finished in about 45 minutes. Blind tests show that just swapping hardware and cleaning up the edges can nearly double the perceived value of a basic dresser. For less than $30 and under an hour of effort, you get a custom luxury look, no design degree required. In 8th place, sheen control and finish upgrades deliver the kind of visual impact that instantly elevates budget pieces into the luxury zone. The secret lies in understanding how light interacts with surfaces, specular highlights, matte diffusion, and everything in between. Gloss levels are not just a detail, they are a signal. For metals, hitting a gloss range of 70 to 80 gloss units with a clear coat and buff can double perceived value, while a single pass of micromatte wax on plastic or plated metal mutes that give away plastic shine. On wood, a satin or semi-gloss polyurethane top coat adds depth and richness, outperforming a full repaint in both look and durability. Micro sanding between coats with 400 grit paper smooths out imperfections, creating a finish that feels intentional and expensive. Even small tweaks, like layering a clear coat over PVD hardware or using a matte wax on high-shine brass, create a more nuanced premium effect. These upgrades take minutes and cost just a few dollars, but the payoff is immediate, especially once warm lighting is introduced, amplifying every carefully controlled reflection. The difference between a cheap and a curated look often comes down to sheen mastery, not material cost. Number 7, lighting upgrades turn even the simplest budget finds into a scene that feels curated and expensive. The fastest way to raise the perceived value of a room is to swap out harsh, cold bulbs for warm white LED bulbs, Look for a color temperature around 2,700 Kelvin and a color rendering index above 90. This single step makes every finish from satin wood to brushed metal appear richer and more inviting. Plug-in dimmers add instant control, letting you shift from bright task lighting to a soft ambient glow with a twist of the dial. For under $15, a dimmer can take a basic lamp or overhead fixture from flat to atmospheric. But the real magic comes from layering. Combine overhead lights, table lamps, and accent lighting to create depth. Studies show that a 3-layer lighting scheme can boost the perceived depth of materials by up to 18%. Shade diffusers or frosted bulbs help cut glare, especially on glossy surfaces, so the eye reads shine as intentional, not cheap. Even a thrifted lamp gets an upgrade with the right bulb and a shade that softens the light. The result is a space that flatters every detail, making even the most affordable pieces look thoughtfully chosen. For minimal spend, lighting delivers a multiplier effect, setting the stage for every luxury cue that follows. Number 6, textile layering and a velvet reupholster bring instant tactile depth to any space without breaking the bank. The 3 texture rule is the backbone here. Start with a base layer like a woven cotton throw, add a mid-weight linen or boucle accent, and finish with a rich velvet for the focal point. This combination not only looks intentional, but feels expensive under the hand, a trick designers use to boost perceived value by up to 40% in blind tests. For a practical upgrade, reupholstering a dining chair seat in velvet is both approachable and high impact. Expect to spend between $25 and $60 on fabric and supplies, with a typical project taking 1 to 3 hours. Use a staple gun to secure the new fabric. Pulling it tight for a smooth finish, no advanced skills required. Opt for natural fiber velvet or a high-density polyester blend. Both create that signature plush look and resist pilling longer than bargain synthetics. The result is a seat that feels custom and reads as high-end, especially when paired with improved lighting to highlight the fabric's luster. Unlike thin synthetic covers that flatten quickly, a denser velvet holds its shape and color, delivering both durability and a sense of luxury. Layering 3 distinct textures throughout a room or outfit, smooth, rough, and plush, transforms even the most affordable pieces, making every surface feel curated and inviting. This approach bridges seamlessly into proportion upgrades, adding both visual and tactile volume that sets the stage for the next level of luxury styling. Number 5, scale, proportion, and negative space are the silent powerhouses behind every space or outfit that looks truly high-end, no matter the price tag. Start with the 60% to 40% rule. Fill about 60% of any surface or wall and leave the other 40% open. This ratio creates breathing room, letting each piece stand out and preventing that crowded bargain bin effect. When hanging art, make sure the piece covers at least 2/3 of the width of the furniture beneath it. A too small frame instantly reads as cheap. Rugs should extend at least 6 inches beyond the sides of a sofa or bed, never floating in the middle of the room. For curtains, hang them high and wide so they skim the floor and make windows look larger. Lamps are another common pitfall. A table lamp that is only 16 inches tall will disappear next to a sofa, while a 26-inch lamp creates visual balance and draws the eye upward. Research in perception psychology shows that the brain reads well-proportioned groupings as more expensive, even when the materials are modest. The rule of 3 is your shortcut here. Cluster items in odd numbers and vary their heights to keep the composition dynamic. Finally, embrace negative space. Leaving 1/3 of a console table or shelf empty signals intention and restraint, 2 hallmarks of luxury styling. By correcting scale and proportion and by giving every object room to breathe, even the most affordable finds look curated and elevated. This sets the perfect stage for surface styling and layering, ensuring every detail that follows lands with maximum impact. A faux marble surface upgrade instantly redefines a table or countertop, offering 2 clear paths, one fast and affordable, the other more permanent and robust. Peel and stick marble contact paper costs between $12 and $25, with installation taking about 30 minutes. The process is straightforward. Measure, cut with a sharp blade, and apply the film, smoothing out bubbles as you go. Sealing the edges with clear drying glue or a matching strip keeps the look crisp and prevents peeling. For added realism, trace subtle veins with a fine tip marker and blend them with a soft cloth to mimic the irregularity of natural stone. Contact paper stands up well to water and everyday spills, but heat above 150 degrees Fahrenheit can weaken the adhesive, so protection from hot items is essential. Thin quartz veneer, priced at $45 to $80 per square foot, takes about 2 hours to install and delivers a genuine stone feel. The process involves sanding the base, applying construction adhesive, and pressing the quartz sheet into place. Edge sealing with matching epoxy is vital to guard against moisture and chipping. Quartz veneer resists stains and handles temperatures up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, making it ideal for kitchens and dining spaces. Choosing a slab with bold veining and careful pattern alignment across seams creates a seamless, high-end effect. The decision between these two methods depends on the balance of cost, durability, and the level of transformation desired. Coming to the top 3, Staging Grammar transforms ordinary surfaces and outfits into high-impact scenes that read as designer, not discount. The secret is a repeatable formula: anchor, frame, and rhythm. Start with a tray or pedestal. This simple lift adds instant presence, making even a thrifted vase or candle feel curated. Studies in perception psychology confirm that raising an object by just 2 inches on a contrasting tray can boost its perceived value by nearly 20%. Next, apply the rule of 3. Group objects in odd numbers. 3 is the magic count for both home vignettes and fashion accessories. This odd number grouping keeps the eye moving and prevents the flat, staged look that often betrays a budget setup. For a coffee table, layer a glossy book, a sculptural object, and a small plant on a tray that is just big enough to contain them, no more than 10% wider than the largest item. In outfits, the same rule applies. Belt, bag, and a single standout accessory, all within a tight color story, create the same visual rhythm. Flat lay product shots for social media use the same grammar: a neutral background, a riser or frame, and 3 elements at varying heights. The result is a composition that feels intentional, balanced, and high-end, even when the pieces themselves are affordable. By mastering this staging script, every upgrade made so far, like better hardware, layered textiles, and controlled sheen, lands with maximum impact. Presentation is not the final touch. It is the multiplier that makes each budget find look like it belongs in a luxury magazine. Number 2, tailoring, fit, and a minimalist approach to accessories deliver the kind of instant polish that makes any outfit, no matter the price, look designer level. The first step is fit. Off-the-rack clothing almost never lands perfectly, but a $25 hem or a $30 sleeve adjustment can make a world of difference. Studies in perception show that a well-fitted blazer or pant can raise the perceived value of an outfit by over $150, even when the original piece was under $50. The checklist is simple. Pants should skim the top of your shoes, sleeves should hit just at the wrist bone, and the shoulder seam should sit exactly at your shoulder edge. For shirts and tees, a slight taper through the waist avoids the boxy look that signals bargain bin basics. Next, build a capsule wardrobe around a monochrome palette. Sticking to a single color family, navy, black, or taupe, instantly reads as intentional and expensive. This trick works for both men's and women's fashion, and it makes mixing and matching budget pieces much easier. When it comes to accessories, less is more. Invest in one standout element, a leather belt, a structured bag, or a pair of simple gold earrings, rather than layering on multiple cheap accents. Polls consistently show that a single quality accessory can double the perceived value of an entire look, while too many low-cost extras pull the outfit back into discount territory. If you're deciding where to splurge, prioritize tailoring first, then a high-impact accessory. The return on investment is clear. Minor adjustments and a disciplined approach to styling create a wardrobe that looks curated and high-end, even when every piece started out as a budget find. This approach does not just work for clothing, it is the same logic that drives every successful luxury upgrade, whether in your closet or your living room. And finally, in first place, honest product verdicts tie every upgrade rule together with real-world buying power. After all the hacks, it comes down to what actually deserves a spot in your home or your cart. The IKEA Kallax shelf unit lands firmly in the worth it column. Its melamine-faced particle board might not scream luxury, but with a density that holds up to everyday loads and a cam lock system that resists sagging, it outperforms most flat pack rivals. Anchor it to the wall, keep each shelf under 22 kilograms, and it will look sharp for years. The Hemnes bedroom suite, on the other hand, is a situational buy. Solid pine and a durable finish make it a winner for low-traffic bedrooms, but heavy-use closets push the limits of its drawer glides. If you want longevity, consider reinforcing with metal hardware. The Project 62 lamp earns a worth it for modern interiors. Its powder-coated steel base and tempered glass shade deliver a clean, high-end look, while the LED driver is built for a 25,000-hour lifespan. Just avoid over-tightening the plastic knob, a small but common failure point. The Wayfair Faux-marble coffee table falls into the situational camp. The high-pressure laminate surface resists scratches and cleans up easily, but edge chipping is a risk if it is placed in a high-traffic spot or used for heavy equipment. For light living room use, it delivers plenty of style per dollar. Amazon's so-called luxury look throw pillows get a worth it for decorative accents. The polyester fill holds shape for a year or more, and the brushed cotton cover keeps things soft. Pilling can show up after 6 months, especially on busy sofas, so rotate covers or plan to refresh them annually. Thrifted brass accents such as candle holders, trays, or bookends are a situational pick. When the lacquer is intact, they develop a patina that shouts vintage luxury, but constant handling wears down the finish and can lead to oxidation. Use them as accent pieces, not workhorses. For each of these finds, the verdict is grounded in durability tests, safety certifications, and real user feedback, not just surface appeal. If you want the most expensive look for your budget, focus on pieces that combine solid construction, a finish that lasts, and the ability to upgrade with smart styling. Skip anything that only looks good under showroom lighting or cannot handle daily life. The real luxury is knowing exactly where your money works hardest and where it is better saved for the next upgrade. Across all these strategies, one pattern stands out. True luxury comes from intention, not price. It's the careful layering of textures, finishes, and fit that elevates even the humblest finds. Today, anyone can craft a high-end look through smart choices and attention to detail. In style and decor, taste will always outshine the price tag. Which trick are you trying first? Let us know below.